And welcome, everybody. My name is Dan Roberts. I'm the publisher of the Vegas Voice, and it's my pleasure to introduce Dawn Merritt for another segment of Senior Business. Dawn, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start right at the beginning. What's your title with the Neon Museum, and what do you do, and how do you make it so great?
How do I make it so great? Well, it's a great team that makes it great, but
Right.
I'm the Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer, so all the advertising, all the social media, all of the communications with the community, like this,
Right.
falls under me.
Under you.
Yeah.
You know, not many people are really aware of the Neon Museum as to what it is exactly. Originally, I thought it was just a bunch of old signs, but it's a lot more than that.
Well, it is a bunch of old signs,
Right.
but what people don't realize is it tells the story of Las Vegas. It starts with the founding of Las Vegas in 1905. We have the bull nose from the Golden Nugget, and then we progress through the evolution of Las Vegas, the sign designers who designed the signs, the different companies that the signs were used at, not just hotels, but mom and pop businesses like Steiner Cleaners. That particular sign was designed by his daughter, the original owner
Really?
of Steiner Cleaners. She drew a happy shirt. Its arms are animated. They go up and down, and he liked it so much he had it made into a neon sign.
I mean, that's incredible. And the thing about it is that the signs still work. It's not like it's there and it's busted and sorry you can't look
Well,
at it.
some of them work. We have 19 restored signs,
Right.
and we have to raise money to have those restored. But then we also have some signs that were brought to us that were already in working order when the Riviera got ready to close.
Right.
The sign company took one of the Riviera signs down and brought it to us ready to go and just plug in.
It's really incredible. And it's such a unique feature that really it's for tourists as well as the locals who are here every day. They don't realize the history of it.
Yes. What's interesting is we don't get as many locals as we get tourists.
Really?
96% of the people who come to see us don't live here.
No
So
kidding.
we're trying to reach the rest of you people to come and see us because many people say, I've heard about it, but I don't know what it is, and I haven't been. So we need to get you to come down.
I think that be a fantastic idea, and I know that we are going to look forward
Good.
to going down on behalf of the Vegas Voice and everything. And yet, you have a little bit of a difference at this time because you have someone coming in as a guest to play with the signs, and
Yes.
that gentleman's name is
Tim Burton.
the Tim Burton.
The Tim Burton. He is an acclaimed movie director, artist. He has done all types of movies. Edward Scissorhands, the Mars Attacks, which we have a little bit of that.
Oh,
in
that
the
one,
yard.
yeah, I remember that movie. Sure.
So what happened is when he filmed Mars Attacks, he went to the original Yesco Boneyard, and that's what they call their storage lot. And he filmed portions of it there. And he never forgot about that. And his curator approached us about a year and a half ago and asked if we would be interested in hosting a site-specific exhibition. So what you'll see is you're going to see some pieces that you've seen before, like the aliens from Mars Attacks. We have some of those in the yard. But he's also created new pieces specifically for us. There's a neon sign that says Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Oh, really? Yeah.
That was featured in the movie. It's not the sign from the movie, but he had a new one made. So it's the pieces are integrated throughout the collection. It's not a Tim Burton takeover, but there are pieces that are all through the collection that help convey his memories of Las Vegas as a boy. He came here many, many times with his family when he was a child growing up in Burbank, California.
Okay.
And so he has an affinity for Las Vegas. But many of the things that he remembers are gone, like the dunes. They stayed at the dunes. He remembered the seahorses outside or in the pool, I believe. And so it's a nostalgia walk down memory lane for him. So he's created this exhibition based on his memories as a boy.
You know, it's really amazing, and he is a big-time producer, well-known throughout the country, if not the world, and the idea of him coming to the Neon Museum has to be a tremendous plus for you.
Oh yeah, we were very excited because he's never done this with any other organization. He's had exhibitions that have traveled throughout the world, but it's the same pieces. And what they do is they just reach out to a museum or a cultural organization, and they have a collaboration with installing his current pieces. This was something that he'd never done before.
And how many pieces did he actually put together? Do you have any
There
idea?
are about 25.
That many?
Yeah, so he's had 4 neon signs constructed, as well as some signs that are on, we call it our grid wall. And you're going to see the seahorses that he remembered. You're going to see some aliens. You're going to see what we call spiral eye girl. It's the outline of a girl with spirally eyes. So he had a very specific vision in mind when it came to putting his exhibition at the Neon Museum.
No, and what I think is pretty fantastic about it is that besides Tim Burton, you have the other stuff, and the other stuff alone is just fantastic.
Oh, it's way fantastic.
Yeah, no.
We also have the North Gallery, and what that is, it was our storage lot, but we decided it's not being used. How can we utilize it? And a young man named Craig Winslow came to us a couple of years ago, and he had a project called Ghost Signs, where he projected light onto fading signs painted onto buildings, and he wanted to actually project onto signs. So he did a little test. He projected onto the signs, and it looks like these signs are restored, when in fact the neon is broken. There's no electricity running to
Really?
them, and so, but it's set to music as well. So you're going to hear Johnny Cash, you're going to hear Frank Sinatra, you're going to hear Elvis. It just runs the gamut, and it's a pictorial or a visual historic look at Las Vegas.
The more I hear about the better it sounds and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, how large is the museum? Is it?
It's really small. People think it's going to be this huge
Huge
lot.
plot, yeah.
The entire footprint is only about 2 acres. Now that includes the parking lot, the La Concha Visitor Center, the North Gallery where Brilliant is, which is a light projection show, as well as the main yard. So it's very small, but we're expanding.
You are expanding it.
Yes.
And I think either I saw or read. Are you going across the street? Or?
We are. Do you remember it was the Reed Whipple building?
Yeah.
Years and
Yeah,
years,
sure.
Owned by the city. So we are getting that building from the city, and we are right now in the process of gutting it and getting ready to move our administrative offices over there, because we're no longer at the museum. We ran out of space.
Oh, wow.
But you'll also see traveling exhibitions, as well as we have plans for a glass blowing demonstration lab. So you'll be able to see neon being made and perhaps even sign up to take a class to learn how to do it.
I mean, I know that's part of your plans for 2020. Talk a little bit about that. Exactly. I come there as a visitor, even as a local. What should I expect to see?
Well, for right now, you're going to see the main yard, which includes the Tim Burton exhibition. You can also see Brilliant, which is the light projection show. And in the North Gallery, in the Boneyard Park, which is a park owned by the city that we maintain for them, there's a Tim Burton big sculpture called Orb Monster. And it's really quite spectacular. So that's what you'll see right now. Now, when Tim Burton closes, we will refigure and probably go back to our regular guided tours, as well as be able to offer you other things to do across the street, where you'll have the glass blowing demonstration. We will have classes. We will host special exhibitions that are traveling throughout the country. So it's really going to expand our educational opportunities for the public.
No, again, it's incredible. The Tim Burton exhibit itself, it's until when? Because it's not there forever.
It's not there forever. Right now, we're planning to run it until February 15th, but we are in a conversation with them to extend it just a wee bit more so that the people who weren't able to get there will be able to see it.
When is the best time of day or evening or month to come to go there?
People ask me this question all the time. I would say it depends on your interest. If you want to see the signs up close, decaying with paint peeling off of them, broken bulbs, I would say come during the day. But if you want to see the glory of the ones that are restored, come at night. But I think probably the best time is right at dusk, because the sun is just going down, the colors are beautiful, and you can really see the lit up signs as well as some small details of the signs that aren't restored.
And the days and the hours that the museum is open is
right now we are open from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. And we probably see, I think this weekend, we welcomed 1,500 visitors on Saturday. So a lot of people come through there.
I mean, that's really something. What, if anything, especially to the locals, what do you want to convey to them? People who live in Sun City Anthem or Sun City Summerlin, they should come down and take a look at it because
they are going to get a taste of Las Vegas history that they're not going to experience any other place. There's no other museum like us in the world. We focus on Southern Nevada, and it really tells the story of Las Vegas. But if you've been here for a while, you're going to walk in there and you're going to recognize a lot of those signs. I've been here for 30 years now. I remember when the Stardust was up and running.
Right.
We have a huge Stardust sign that is beautiful. We have Stardust Spire. The Moulin Rouge, that was opened in 1955. It was the first major racially integrated hotel.
Sure.
They're going to see that sign.
Really?
So it's a walk back in time, but also a glimpse of what the future will hold for us, I think.
You know, and as you grow and you get more signs. Where do you get them from? I mean, you don't just grab them off the street or someplace.
We don't. People are always reaching out to us when they're concerned about a building, especially something downtown that's been purchased by an organization that plans to tear it down. They're concerned about the sign, so they reach out to us and ask if we have interest. And we curate what we have. Obviously, we don't have the storage space to have 300 of the same sign. So if we've already have several pieces, we may not want it, but in most cases, we certainly take a look at it and consider adding it to the collection because it helps further the story. For instance, the Hard Rock the Hard Rock Cafe.
Yep.
We have that guitar.
Yeah, I saw that.
From the cafe.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah.
It's 80 feet tall. You can't miss
Right.
it. But before they tore down the actual cafe, there was a sign outside on the underneath section of the overhang porch, and it was the neck and head of a Fender guitar. So even though we have a guitar, we thought that would be a good piece to have as well. So we have that. So we have an interest. We don't always make that interest known to the general public because we're concerned then that someone might swoop in and try to buy the sign. We don't buy signs. People donate them to us. Yeah. So we have our eye on some things.
Okay. If people want more information besides getting a hold of the Vegas Voice and calling us and checking our website and reading our monthly magazine, how do they contact you, or how do they contact the Neon Museum?
Well, you can go to neonmuseum.org. There's a lot of information there. We are also really active on social media. So if you are a big Instagram follower, you're going to see a lot of fun posts and fun photos. Same thing with Facebook. So you can reach out to us in a variety of ways.
You know what? Again, in the few seconds that we have left, Dawn, what is the main thing you want to convey to people watching this and reading about it and just checking out the Neon Museum?
If you live here and you're a local, you really need to come and see us because you're going to be surprised at the step back in time.
You got it. I thank you so much for being here.
You.
And this is Dan Roberts from the Vegas Voice saying thank you for watching Senior Matters.